the phone now with Chris Solomon from Home Espana. He's the regional director from Home Espana. Chris, nice to have you with us.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. And how are you doing?
Yes, very well, thank you, very well.
Chris, you are the regional director from Home Espana. Home Espana has several offices. We talk about that in a moment, but first, what does a regional director do exactly?
Well, so our company, Home Espana, is split over 3 areas. One being here in the north, Costa Blanca, covering the Marina Alta. One being further south of Alicante, and the other being in Valencia. So although we're one company, we do treat it as 3 separate businesses. So my job as regional director is to basically run the business from this particular area. So we have 2 offices in this area of Denia and Benidorm, and I basically run the business and manage all the people underneath me in order to sell properties, list houses, and be in control of all the marketing, the local marketing, and just generally running it as its own business within a business.
Home Espana was founded in 2002 and assists in the purchase and sale of real estate in Spain. And Home Espana has 5 offices on the Costa Blanca, Murcia, Costa Cálida and Valencia. Can you say something about the amount of homes you sell per year on average?
We sell between 500 and 600 properties every year.
And if you look at the kind of houses?
Well, again, depends on the particular area. In our area here in Costa Blanca North, we sell pretty much everything, to be quite honest. There's the typical demand of what people would like is the private villa with a swimming pool, beautiful views, hopefully walking distance to the village as well. Sometimes not possible because to get the views you need to be a bit higher up. But yeah, we sell those private villas with swimming pools. Also very popular are the kind of traditional townhouses. So in these like more local villages, Casas de Pueblo it's called. And then you get your apartments on complexes or even townhouses, the more modern type townhouses on complex with communal swimming pools. Normally close to the beach or somewhere where it's very good for having a lock-up holiday home or a property that you use for rental investment as well. So basically you offer every kind of housing from budget to extreme luxury, right? Basically, yes. I mean, we have properties of 60,000, 70,000 euros of that townhouses that potentially need a bit of a reform but have great potential, to houses to villas that are 1 million euros plus. So we cover the whole range. Now, does Home Espana have a strong after-sales department? What is that after-sales department all about? Well, this is something that we actually strongly pride ourselves on, because this after-sales department is basically to hold the hand of buyers and sellers. That once we agree a price on a property, this department and my manager there called Michelle, she basically oversees the whole process from that point until completion. So buyers and sellers do usually have their own lawyer, but of course lawyers they spend a lot of the day in notaries, so they don't get back for days and days sometimes when you have a simple question. So Michelle sits there basically acting as your point of contact. She makes sure the lawyers are doing what they're supposed to be doing when they're doing it. If there are any obstacles or problems that arise during that process, she's there to deal with them and solve them and just help you in that aspect. But also like lesser things, not involved directly with the process of buying or selling. She can be there to give you contacts for furniture removal or even furniture shopping. She's sometimes done furniture shopping for clients. She can help you get the internet set up, what car where to rent a car from, how to travel from A to B, like anything that you can think of. When you're buying a property in a country where you don't know the language, then this department is there to kind of assist with all those things. Yeah. So the mediation goes way further than just organizing the forms, getting the signatures. It's basically if you have a question and you need help getting the house or selling the house and setting the house up, that's also something you can help with that. Yeah, I mean, as I say, you have to remember that the majority of our buyers are buying in Spain for the first time. Yeah, normally. Yeah, we do deal with a lot of people that are already here, that already live here. But even those people, even the people that already live here, they don't always speak the language. Yeah. Sometimes the policies and the processes aren't the most straightforward, even when you know Spanish. So when you don't know Spanish, they certainly are even more problematic. And yeah, absolutely, That's why we're there to help. And of course, we deal with a lot of people every day, plumbers, builders, electricians, people like that, people that you might need, and we have that access and contact and can help.
Now, for many people, it's logical to hire a real estate agent when purchasing a home, but you also advise and guide when selling a property. Now, what is the added value of a sales broker in this case?
First and foremost, it's the marketing of the property. So, of course, there's going to be sellers out there that want to try and sell their house themselves, and they can use maybe local websites to try and do that. But the reality is that what Home Espana do is a huge investment into our global marketing. So you have to remember that we're marketing all over the world. We have our clients from the UK, from Holland, Belgium, Germany, France, United States, and some other countries, weird and wonderful countries, some random countries sometimes. Lots of people want to buy in Spain. Now that takes a lot of money and investment into marketing to find those people. So by having an agent such as Home Espana, we're going to invest the money and spend the money in order to do that. Now, in a lot of countries, like in the UK, for example, and I think the same in Holland, is when you want to put your property on the market, you have to pay money to do that. But here you don't have to. So we don't charge anything. We don't charge anything for putting your house on the market. So we come and give you a free valuation before you even decide to put it on the market sometimes to make sure you're happy with the price that you can get for it. We take all the photos, we put it onto our website. All of this is free of charge, and only if we sell your property is there a fee. So if we don't sell your property, you don't pay anything. It's that simple. So there really is nothing to lose by using an agency, but you utilise the weapons, the marketing advantage that we have on a global scale.
So it's no cure, no pay, basically.
Exactly.
What can be said about the current housing market in Spain?
The current housing market we're in a peculiar market at the moment, and what I mean by that is that we have this kind of situation where there's a lot of fear out there in the world at the moment. We've all had to go through it, the cost of living, a lot of the energy prices. So generally speaking, people are a little bit worried about some kind of, massive crash, recession or whatever. So there's a lot of fear in the market. So people want to buy, but they're also scared of investing because they're worried that the market is going to crash or something, and maybe people spend a lot of money now where, the prices are going to drop. But the reality is that's not happening. It's not happening. The market isn't crashing. It has stabilised. It's slowed down a little bit. Over the last 2 years, the market has gone up a lot. It has increased, but it has steadied at the moment, but certainly not a crash coming imminently by what it seems. So I still strongly believe that it's a very good time to sell. But if you are looking to stand out on the market, then maybe if you're willing to advertise your property at market price or a little bit under market price, I'm pretty sure that you can get a buyer pretty quickly. But there are still a lot of people out there that are kind of trying to overinflate the prices and such like, and you're not going to find a buyer at the moment if you're asking too much. It's that simple, because the buyers are a little bit or worried a little bit. So I think it's a very good time to sell. There are a lot of people still wanting to buy, but as long as the price is right, people will pay it.
Are you also interested in getting in touch with people that are thinking about maybe selling their property? Because, on one side you have people that are on the market to buy, but in order to buy a property, you also need people that want to sell their property. How does that work?
So, basically we're looking for all types of property. As I said previously, we pretty much cover anything and everything, as long as it's within the kind of area we're looking to sell. So if you do have a property that you're either already trying to sell or you're thinking of selling, then please just get in touch with us either through our website, homeespana.com, or you can phone us on 965 743 186. And just get in touch with us, and we're happy to give you some advice. We're happy to send one of my valuation managers around to come and have a look at the property, let you know what the house is worth. And if you're happy with everything, we can get it on the market. As I say, in this particular area, we cover kind of Denia, Pavia, Halon Valley, Orba Valley, Pego, Montepego, Oliva, Gandiga. So we cover quite a large area.
Yeah.
As long as, like I say, it's more interesting for us that the price is right rather than what it is, because there's a buyer for every property as long as the price is correct.
And when we spoke earlier on, you said that Home Espana is a little bit different than the average real estate agent. What did you mean with that?
The way that we're organised with our staff members. Okay, so in a normal agency, it's normally a little bit of a smaller operation where you've got one person doing absolutely everything. So you've got one person that lists the properties, one person that deals with the inquiries, and also does the sales and maybe even the after sales as well. We have particular people in each department in their roles, so that allows us to deal with higher volume.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we market properties, we receive a lot of inquiries. So I have individual people in the office 24/7 that deal with those inquiries. Now, sometimes the clients, the buyers, are not in a position to buy now. Some are ready today, some are ready in 1 year. But we maintain that relationship throughout, okay? And we've got people dedicated to that relationship. Then when those clients are ready to come out into Spain and view the houses, then we have specific salespeople in all the nationalities, all the different languages for those people, for those clients. And those are the people that then take them out, view the houses, and hopefully find the perfect house. And then, as I mentioned before, we have an after sales department. And then with the properties that we put on the market in the first place are done by specific listers, property valuation managers. So we have specific people in their roles, and it allows a scalability of huge volume of inquiries and viewing. So I do, generally believe that we have a lot more opportunity to sell the property.
Yeah, what I personally think is unique to Home Espana is that you have a dedicated employee in your own language. I mean, yes, we all speak English and most of us also speak Spanish. And if I look at the listeners from Costa Blanca Radio, we also have English listeners and Spanish listeners, but the main listeners are Dutch and Flemish. And if they contact Home Espana, they can also be helped in their own language. Now, my question is, from what point on do you have that dedicated employee?
So basically, on the selling side, so if somebody's looking to sell their property and they prefer to speak in their native language or Dutch or Flemish, whatever it is, just like I say, write into us through our website. Explain that you don't speak English or Spanish very well. Just say, look, you don't even need to explain. You just write in your native language and say, I want to speak to somebody about the valuation of my property. Okay. And automatically, I will get somebody in that language to contact you. And on the buyer side, it's set up. Like I said before, I've got dedicated people for all buyer inquiries that come through. So the second that we see either the email address, the telephone number, or the language they're speaking in, we have the appropriate language to respond in.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your time, Chris. And if listeners have questions regarding selling or buying a property, they can look on your website. Is that the best way?
Yeah, that's correct. If you go onto the website, homeespana.com, there's many avenues you can get into contact. There is a contact form. There is a selling your property section. You can click on any property and write a message. So there's many ways that come through to us, and then somebody will be in contact, pretty soon.
All right, perfect. Thanks for your time. Good luck with all your work at Home Espana. And like I said, if people have questions, they can always go to the website homeespana.com for more information. Thank you very much, Chris.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
The sound of the Costa.